This,
I
that.
respect that.
They have no level of discernment for anything. They don't, there's no amount of conservatism in their DNA whatsoever. These are also women who are going to be 35, single, and complaining about why men are trash, right? So I'm kind of like, I want to meet someone organically, more organically than online dating. And I am not knocking online dating. I've had some amazing dates. I've had some amazing encounters. There are girls I, still talk to, and still link up with, that I've met through them, and it's fantastic. But I'm at a point now where I'm like, well, let's see what happens if I go like a year without being on dating apps, right? I won't go on as many dates, which means I won't be spending as much money, which means I'll have a lot more time to focus on myself, because that swiping left and right is a bit of a time suck. It really just, you spend a bit of time just left, right, ha ha ha, sending emojis, sending reactions, and then it's an expense.
Yeah.
It's an expense. It's a $20 a month expense. And if you're a guy, you won't really have any success if you're not paying for it, to be real.
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, man, it's like I feel you, man, because it is a time consuming. I got a lot of comments in here. Someone said like, yeah, it really is time consuming, so annoying. I know it, but we need practice. Someone's commenting, we need practice.
I mean, one of my biggest
How much practice do you need? Basic social skills, like, transfer incredibly.
Practice swiping.
Well, I mean, for me, approaching people is actually, I don't know, I get a shoe in my mouth every time, because I got this like really bad social anxiety. So when I'm approaching someone, I don't look confident at all. So they're just kind of like, okay, not talking to you.
But I remember in previous episodes I talked about that. Like, this is gonna sound bad, but I once had a tally marker, and I was like, I'm gonna approach this many women, and I did it. I remember on my 21st birthday, I was first time in a club. I'd never been in a club before, right? And I was like, well, how do I get a dance? No one told me this. How do I get a dance? Right. And the guys I was with, they weren't dancing with girls either. They were all holding their drinks on the wall. So I'm sitting here like, okay, well, I don't want to be them, but I don't know how to dance.
Right.
At all. Like, and two, it was kind of like, I don't know what to do. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna have to ask every single girl at this bar to dance with me until someone said yes. I got it was like girl number 9. It's like, can you do a dance? 21, let's do it.
So we had a question. Right. Someone said, what are the best questions to ask a man on the first date?
Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah, we gonna ask. The POF is popping right now. Instagram is all right. Facebook is it rotates, man. No one's consistent. It's good.
So do not ask that man, what are you looking for? Do not ask him.
Yo, shout out to Polly Girl for the subscribe. Woo!
Do not ask him, what are you looking for? Because he can be looking for a relationship, and that question will put undue pressure on him. I'm keeping it so real. And you might have his mindset, well, if he's about it, he'll handle. No, stop. No. Just don't ask.
I would say that.
On the third date, you can ask him. You can say, hey, this is where I would like to see this go. What do you think? And based off his response, you'll know. Great question to ask is there anyone who'd be upset with you for being on this date with me right now? Is there someone who would be heartbroken right now because you're on this date with me? Because I mean, I'm a man, I'm virtuous.
I would just say yes anyway, off principle.
Why would you be on that date in the first place if that's the case? Yeah. I mean, that's just
still say yes.
Women don't know. Man's pretending to be single. Women don't know. And if he goes, no,
you just say yes. You say yes. Yes, they are always. I have options.
Always, right?
Let her know she has options.
Right. So just tell us.
Maybe
I wish to ask man that. Another one you should ask is, what is your idea of a good time on your day off?
That's pretty good.
If a dude says, I just want to hang out at home, you should really think about that. If he's like, oh, I want to go do this, I want to do that, that's fine, right? That's another great one. Or you should definitely ask him, like, another great one is like, who are some men in your family you look up to? Who are his role models? Right? Because I remember one time I was on a date and some girl asked me if I could be any other man, who would I be? I thought it was deep. And so I said, oh, Alonzo Harris for training day. But it was just like, oh, yeah.
Right? Another question a guy likes is follow me. That was a question.
Huh?
Another question a guy likes is follow me.
I don't understand that question.
I don't either.
man. I'm sorry, my connection. The connection's been pretty bad today. Maybe it's because of the storm out there. It's not us. It's
Yeah,
probably the
crazy
storm
windy in the
outside.
valley.
You know, it's crazy out there,
is
man.
it?
I mean, one of the things I struggle with dating is that I don't see what's out there. I'll just like talk to one person, see if it's good, then just kind of just like go 100% in that direction. And that's one of the things that I need to change.
One-itis. One-itis.
Yes.
Yeah,
Do
I do
men look at women different if they have on the first date? Does that make sense?
that? Nope.
Say it
That
again.
didn't make any sense either.
Like,
Say
do we
it
look
one
at
more
them
time?
differently if they have what on the first date? If they have sex on the first date?
Oh, sex on the first date. There you go. There you go.
Come
Come on, Lala.
That depends. That
No.
depends on who she
Come
is.
on. Let's get it in. You
No,
asking all you in the men cave right now.
no, I don't judge you. In fact, I promise you, if a girl sleeps with him on the first date, she's getting that call back later.
That's
Like,
very
she's
true.
getting that call back, she's getting that second, she's getting that third date. I'm not
Yeah.
saying to sleep with him to keep him. But if a woman is willing to have physical intimacy with me, I'm willing to give her more time. That is just how it breaks down. Like, you will get more of my personal time. Also, if you're giving me sexual validation, I will give you non-sexual validation. That's what women really want, right?
I would
Women
say
like feeling pretty, but they really want non-sexual validation. Tell them they're smart. Tell them they're charismatic. Tell them they smell good, right? That's what they really want. If you're giving me sexual validation, I will give you all the non-sexual validation you want.
I don't know. I would say a one-night stand depends on two reasons. One, if we have one-night stand and we sleep together the first night, it depends on the chemistry. If the chemistry is what brought us to have sex, then yes, she's gonna get a second call, third call. If it's just we were both drunk and we just had some sloppy ass sex, probably not. It's probably because just the choice was bad, and I just probably don't want to be with somebody like that because that means she probably would have done that with anybody if I wasn't there. So
Right.
probably not the best choice for me. But yeah.
I'll have to answer your question. I don't know. She said someone asked another question. See, we got a lot of women on here asking questions. Cause man, we supposed to be talking about 30 stuff, but I guess it's saying these women are in their 30s. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You know,
Who's
shit.
ordinary asks, do you see her only sexually or potentially, right?
Oof.
And I just responded to her, potentially is based on non-sexual chemistry. I wouldn't date her without sex. I'm not going to date her with it. So I'm not to make you hurt, but for those girls who are sleeping with dudes right now, wondering if they would have held off, would he wife you up? He wouldn't have. He wasn't going to date you regardless. So either get your nut or get gone. So
Oh.
I have never slept with a girl who I didn't plan on dating and thought, wow, maybe if she held off a little bit longer, I would have dated. I have never thought that in my entire life.
That's not a man's mindset. That's a woman's mindset.
What was the woman mindset? Say that.
They're the ones who look into like, well, if I hold off, that it'll make something more special. That's their
Right.
mindset.
Yeah.
It's a more romanticized mindset. Like
But
again, we can have sex with you on the first night, and if the chemistry is great, then yeah, there might be something going in the long haul. But if you just come into the table with just vagina, I can get that anywhere. It has to be more substance. There has to be something more going on between the both of us. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
potential lies in more than just sex. Okay, that's why fine girls get left all the time, because the dude, once he gets what he wants and he sees that, oh well, all she has is she's just pretty face and a pussy, and that's it. She's not really that smart. She's not really that intelligent. She doesn't really have that good of conversation. She's always nagging about something.
Or she has a bad attitude. Women don't
She has a bad
understand. Men do
attitude.
not like girls with bad attitude.
Like
I don't.
it's
I like girls with a little zesty,
For sure.
but I mean like with like sarcasm and humor, and she can stand up to herself because I have a strong personality, and sometimes I might talk at you a little bit instead of talk to you a little bit. So I kind of need a girl to be all like, "Hey, Kel, like you need to chill out a second." I will, but this is like total, just a rant. I'll keep it real short as possible.
Yeah.
I will never find a bad attitude sexy. Ever. No man ever has. No man has ever looked at her and been like, she's so disrespectful, I'm gonna wipe her. It's like, never. Maybe if she's got a bad attitude in the bedroom and she's crazy, but seriously, like, do not let this whole like wannabe bad bitch persona convince you that men want women with bad attitudes. They
men
only
want peace.
for
They want
like
peace at the
potential
end of the
sexual
day.
premise. Keeping it real. Keeping it so real. All right, and rant.
Okay, so got a couple comments here. Someone said, if someone's romantic, they can get any girl. They can have anyone. If a man's very romantic, I don't know about that. You can be romantic, and girls might not like that shit.
Wait, what? What was the question?
If you're romantic, you can give any girl. You can have anyone.
Yeah,
Common exception. You can't bag them all. I'm just keep it so real.
You can't.
Thank you for the description. Thank you for the description. Go ahead.
What?
No, I'm on Twitch, man. Just don't worry about it. Just keep going. Keep
When
going.
I'm talking, I'm worried about it.
I mean,
All right, go ahead.
Talking your mind, you know what I'm saying?
You can't bag them all. Chris Brown can't bag them all.
Nobody can.
Just imagine how many girls Chris Brown has probably slid in her DMs and she said no. Not a lot. There's some. Yeah. Right? You can't bag them all. Tom Brady can't bag them all, no matter how rich he is. Warren Buffett couldn't
Tom
bag
Brady
them all,
got
no matter how rich
Michael
he is.
B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan could bag a lot of them, but he couldn't bag them all. There's
I'd be
gonna be that
seeing
one
all his
girl who's gonna be like,
comments.
I'm gonna be like, right? So you can't bag them all. So it doesn't matter how romantic you are, no matter how tight your game is. It doesn't matter what you call it, how much your assets are, right? The reality is you should not be trying to bag them all. You should only be trying to bag the best ones you can get. And if you feel like you're not getting the ones you like, that means you gotta be better. Get better at being yourself, right? That means increase physical fitness, increase your character. Women don't talk about this as much, but it's still incredibly important. Character.
Character
If
is
you got
important.
good game and you got money, but you know why these girls don't want to stay around, you got bad character. She doesn't think you're an honest, virtuous man.
Hey,
And
personality and being funny has got me a lot of pussy. That's very true. Personality and being funny has got me a lot of pussy.
Right.
A lot of pennies has dropped because of that shit.
Like, let's turn around. Most of these women, I would say most women starting at my age, 24, 25, 26, most women around this age do want a boyfriend. They want a boyfriend. They want a husband. I promise you, I know this because I work with all women.
Clock is ticking.
I know this because I've talked to women and I ask them. I know this because when I'm on dates, like, I'm not an interviewer, but I'm asking really great questions. Like, what kind of women do you look up to? Or what kind of relationship dynamic do you think works in question? I want to get to know them, right? Women want boyfriends. They just don't want to act like they want boyfriends because they try to get them played. But they do. They want them. They love Meg Thee Stallion. Right? As soon as Meg Thee Stallion goes off, she's playing some other shit talking about why can't I get a boyfriend. But if she getting her hair and nails done, you know, she's telling her nail lady, these men ain't good enough. I don't get my nails done. She's talking about the 3 or 4 dudes she's stringing on because they don't have enough character to keep her, right?
She said,
so it's one of those where having characters is what's going to keep her around, you know?
She asked a question. Why do men get turned off?
Interesting, because...
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Say it again?
So she said, why do
no, I was just going to say that...
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm letting everybody talk, so I'm not going to interrupt nobody.
I was just gonna say that. The women in their 30s I've had conversations with, it's interesting. They have a completely different mindset from what Marquette was about in their 20s.
They're lying. Y'all gonna hear me saying that. These women talk about how they want casual sex and they don't want a man. What they're really saying is they don't want to be obligated to do wife things. They don't want obligation. But as men, we can't shirk that. Women and children go on the boat. Women and children stay home. Men, you're obligated to go die in war. Okay, your wife is sick. Man, you're obligated to pick up 3 more fucking jobs to cover this tab. But if you're a single mom, get on welfare. Not just welfare moms. But what I'm saying is, men have obligations, and we're not allowed to shirk that. And women who how they don't want one are really saying they don't want obligation. And all I gotta say is, when you're on a date with a woman, and she's sending you signals like she wants a relationship, or she's acting like she likes you, right? And she's talking about how she wants to be wild and free, ignore it. Just it's honestly it's a shit test. If she's talking about how she only wants casual sex and she's looking for casual hookup, and she's giving it up the first night, then okay. If she's saying she doesn't want a relationship, but she's not giving it up,
all right.
Right. Women are allowed to choose. They don't have to give it to every single guy they want, who asks for it and all that. But to be honest, I think most women at this point are either lying. Otherwise, they wouldn't be going on dates. Why are you going on dates then? Why not just invite me over? or just get to know me a little bit, and then we'll have sex, whatever. But if you still gotta do 3 or 4 dates where she gives it up, like she's,
So one woman asked, why do men get turned off if a woman is talking more than one man to the man?
Do they?
I don't know.
Isn't that the same thing with a guy that's talking to a woman or a girl that's talking to a guy that's...
It's not the same. It's not the same.
I mean, women always have
upset.
reserves. They always have reserves waiting in case the guy fucks up. They have a guy. They always have a guy that buys them shit. They'll have a guy that they can go to and get their ego boost. They have these things. They won't tell you about that shit, but they have these things. And any dude who doesn't think that is an idiot. If she is halfway cute, she's gonna have at least 2 or 3 dudes, and you don't even talk about her DMs. That's like thousands of dudes in there anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Now, if you guys are talking, like you guys already fucked or whatever, and you guys are starting to mold into a relationship, and she's still texting some other dude, then that's a conversation you might want to have before you like kind of lock it down.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
That means she's still, yeah, it is. So it's, you can, instead of just dropping her completely, you can still have a conversation and see where her mind's at. But if you know for real that she's just gonna keep doing that, keep talking to that motherfucker, then,
Well, why do guys get upset when girls are talking to other dudes? We're just innately, overtly competitive. We don't want to share.
Yeah,
and then the retort is going to be, well, why are men talking to a bunch of different women? You don't like it either, so why am I supposed to like it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to go back to what Alpha Monk was saying, that
don't tell me.
well, it's also like what was I gonna say? You're gonna have those arguments like, oh, why are you talking to this dude? You used to, and you're with the girl, so and then those arguments are gonna happen.
What up, Susie? Go ahead.
Oh no, that was it. I was just kind of like kind of piggybacking up.
I was like, sorry, I'm in my zone. I tried to mute it, but I was like, oh shit, I forgot to mute it.
No, you good. I was just piggybacking off what he said. It was just like those arguments I've seen happen. It's just like,
damn.
Well, what's the point of even getting a relationship if that's the first fight you're gonna have?
I mean, the whole plan of a relationship is for it to be secure, right?
Yeah,
for you to grow together. So it's like you can't really be putting yourself out there like that, because that's the one thing is like women don't understand is like, if your whole social media is just pictures of you scantily clad, half naked, and your DMs are blowing up every day, you're basically giving away like 40% of what men are looking for in women. You know what I'm saying? What we value is beauty, fertility, compassion, these things that women come to, nurture. And so it's like you're giving most of that already away. You're showing guys mostly. I mean, you can have a bikini on it, and all it does is cover the nipples. They have imaginations. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're single, do whatever you want, Ma. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you fucking want. That's your life. It gives you confidence. That's great. But if you get into a committed relationship, you have to understand going into that he's gonna have an issue with that. He can be cool at the first part of it, but he's gonna have an issue with that. He's gonna cause it.
And I hate the whole thing. Oh, you're insecure. It's like, no, I'm not insecure. It's just we're together. Yeah.
That's just a
damn.
Bullshit.
She said,
She
said I had a dude who stopped talking to me because he found out I had sex a week before I met him. Damn.
I mean, were they official or anything?
If we were in a talking stage, we should be able to talk to whoever until we have a conversation about making it exclusive. No, it was the first date.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's my thing: is don't ask.
Yeah, she didn't have to tell him that.
Don't ask. Like, I'll
hey,
right now.
Do what us dudes do. Like, oh yeah, you're the only one.
Well, that's her business. She doesn't have to share that with him. And yeah, I mean, if
you want to keep your dude around, do not tell him the bodies you had. Dude, just don't do it. Don't do it. Our lives.
And if you tell him, it's like, oh, and it's worse, man. If it depends on, he's gonna ask what ethnicity is. Oh, it's this race.
A dude won't question it. He'll love that dream. If you told him like, oh, I've only been with one dude before you, and you're like 28, he will live that dream. He will take that dream. He'll be like, oh, for real? I've only been with guys here and there, and we only done oral stuff. That's it. But yeah, you just like, okay, cool, I just kissed. Cool, I got one. I got one. He'll believe that shit.
It's
He
like
will
how
not
you tell a
question
woman.
that shit.
It's like how we tell women, like they ask the exact same question, same shit. Like dudes be. I mean, personally, I really don't care about body count. We talked about this like 2 weeks ago about body count.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
like
always talk about
honestly,
this. It always comes back
Man.
up.
it always comes about the body count. We always talk about
It always does. Yeah. It's
the
an
30s and the
important
body
That was
count. It
interesting
still
conversation.
matters. It still matters.
factor.
factors in.
It
So,
still matters.
again, what I do is I don't ask anymore. Yes, I kind of want to know, but I am 100% confident in knowing that I'm happier not knowing. Right?
Yeah.
So I ask, have you ever had an STD? Have you ever been pregnant before? Right? If she doesn't have a kid anymore, that answers a bunch of questions there. You ask about how many serious relationships has she had. Those are all great questions to ask. Those are all good indications of like her past behavior. And then also as a man, you have to be able to like
the best scenario,
between the
honestly.
lines.
The best scenario is it's a long-term thing people says, no good deed goes unpunished, right? Even if you think you feel like you're being right, you're being truthfully, it may not be the bag factor for everybody, right? You know what I mean? So don't ask if you don't want to know the truth. Yeah, that's true. If you don't want to know the truth, that's true. Don't ask. Like, I don't ask that question.
30s,
I never asked that the first day. Like, what's your body count? Who do you fuck with like
You want
a
them
week
to ask
before?
you,
Like,
bro.
I don't
Like,
even
you want
ask
them to
that
ask
shit.
I mean, let's
Shit.
be real too. If you're dating in your 30s, you're gonna have some type of body count.
Yeah, I'm
Men
saying
and
like
women.
in your 30s too. Like, come on.
Yeah, you will.
Like for real.
Come on, you're not dating a virgin like 30. I mean, if you do, that's
Exactly.
rare. Like, she's really, you know what I mean? But like in your 30s, you already know. Like, all right, she already had sex before. Like, I already just threw that out there. Like, if I'm surprised that she didn't, but it's like, damn, I must be the one. But like, it's rare. Like in her 30s, especially in your 30s.
On dating a virgin.
I mean, especially in your 30s, you're not to knock on single parents, single moms, but like it's a higher number. Like they definitely got kids, so it's like okay, they had sex, they had kids, right? Okay, that makes sense, right? So it also obviously throws it out the window right there, right? As you get older, you run across more moms, you know. So
Yeah.
True. You just don't.
yeah,
wanna
it
know.
just keeps
don't
increasing. So as like right now, Red Pill, you're in your 24s, you're a single dad, but it's cool. But like as you keep going up, you go run across a lot of moms.
That high, man.
A lot
I
of
don't
single.
go that high. I'm dating them. I mean, I'm seeing them now.
Yeah. Oh, you see them now? Oh, see already.
Girls are, the same age as mine. They got a 2-year-old daughter. They got a 1-year-old son. And yeah, I'm seeing them now. So I don't have to go up all that high. And I've dated women in their early 30s. I've dated women who are in their late 20s. But yeah, you don't have to go up all that high to find single parents, dude.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying in general, the percentage of women that you see that are moms is going to be higher and higher. It's going to keep going higher. Like it's going to be like, damn, shit. Damn, I got to go talk to someone. Like,
too.
As you get
If you're
older.
in your 30s,
let's talk
and
about. I got a
you don't
question
have
for
a
y'all.
body count.
I got a question for y'all. Dating over in your 30s. As you date in your 30s, your physical composition changes. Get older.
Explain.
Things change. Things start hurting. Things start hanging a little bit more. Things start getting some creases and some folds. It didn't have creases and folds.
Not in your 30s.
How important is physical fitness in the women you date over 30?
Oof.
It's the same as when you're in 20s.
Yeah,
Your
that's
30s
true.
isn't.
That's true.
It's like you don't age that much in your 30s, bro. You
Yeah,
still like you'll
I don't
start
think
getting
so.
grays, but your
but-
actual face and stuff, your body, unless you don't work out at all, but nothing sags yet. Nothing.
Okay,
like,
hold on. But y'all can't sit here and tell me 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You start watching all your guy friends, all the girls you used to date, they stopped going to the gym. Now they're in the cubicle all day. Or they spend all these hours commuting. They're not working out like they used to. They're not playing sports anymore.
Okay.
Now they're eating fucking microwave dinners every single night.
Okay, yeah,
Their
yeah,
bodies
yeah.
are changing.
Yeah,
But you
that's
do
true.
have to do the
That's true.
work. Like you have to
Yeah,
take
okay,
care of
how
your
important
diet.
is it
You have to
find
do
a woman
more
who
work.
is
Put it that
physically
way.
fit?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
have to
then
do
the
more
pandemic
work.
happens.
Yeah.
What happened?
So you have to do a little bit more work to keep it,
Hey,
to
burpees
maintain
are
it, because
free.
your
That's all I gotta
metabolism
say.
goes down, your testosterone goes down. So you have to do a little bit more work to keep it maintained. And if you are healthy, if you still look good and everything, then you still want somebody about that.
How do you feel about?
Sadly to say, that goes to like
Yeah.
mid to late 20s.
So how do you feel about the body positive movement? And we have women who are just not being.
I think that's bullshit because that's unhealthy.
That's physically fit,
Yeah.
right?
That's unhealthy.
Well,
I don't think it's body positive at all. It's just trying to tell them that it's okay to be lazy. That's unhealthy. Because if you don't do anything, you're like, oh, my body's beautiful. I don't have to do anything. You're gonna get bigger, and you're gonna eat whatever you want, and then soon you'll probably
hot
get diabetes,
Cheetos
and then
in my personal opinion,
bigger,
on a pizza.
and then that's it.
Hold on though. In my personal opinion about, because I'm somebody that promotes body positivity. It's like, yeah, you want to do things that are healthy, but you also want to be okay with who you are and how you look,
Right.
And I feel like in society today, it's way too pushed that you have to look like just like you 110 pounds and shit.
Yeah, there's plus size women who actually are healthy eating. Like I mean, we had this conversation way before in the past. Like we talked about we struck a nerve with one woman that was on here. So we're not trying to strike no nerves. We're not saying like, oh man, you got to be skinny and fit.
I'm asking honest questions. I'm not saying any woman should do anything. I'm asking honest questions. How important is it to? Because right now it's kind of like at 24, I'm not looking for a woman to have it all together to be a wife right now.
Yeah,
if you meet a girl and she's still living at home and she's only in her first year of college, I'm not judging her for it. We're 24. Yeah. And we live in California. It's expensive, right? I'm actually kind of like, oh, okay. You took a couple of years to kind of figure yourself out before you decided to jump into school and do something you hated, right? And collect all this debt for no reason. Like, I'm happy with that. But, when you're 33, 34, 35, 36, it's a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a little different, right? So I'm asking you guys, like, are you coming to a point where looks are starting to matter less and the other things she has are starting to matter more?
I think with men, looks start to matter more the older you get because you want to.
Right.
Because like you're working for something, right? If you're a man and you're trying to grow, you're doing all the things you're supposed to be doing, right? We're just talking about that type of man, right? The guys who are in this panel, basically, but. And there's more out there. I'm not knocking anybody, but anyway, if you're moving forward and all that type of stuff, once you get to a certain age, you start to see that more and more women are gonna come towards you because younger women like older men. They want men who are established, so on and so forth. And that's in their late 20s and early 30s. They're always looking for men for their mid to late 30s. And so if you're fit, you're gonna look for because you get more options because you're making more money, you're more mature, you don't play games, you're straightforward, so you're more confident. You know what I'm saying? So you're kind of like that whole all in one bag, right? Especially if you still look good, you're taking care of your body. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You got grays here and there or whatever, but at some point you're gonna want a beautiful woman, and you're gonna want her to be more fertile because you're gonna want to start having kids soon because you're about to hit 40. So you don't want a woman who's gonna be in her 30s. You're gonna want a woman who's even more fertile, so you won't have any issues whatsoever. And so you'll probably start looking for somebody in their mid to late 20s. And that, that's pretty much, and they wouldn't mind it because that's what they're looking for too, is an older man who can provide and protect. So it kind of works out.
Well, I guess that leads me to my next question.
Hey, dead bods are in, man. I don't care what anybody says, man. Okay? All right? Dead bods are in, okay?
I mean, if you're healthy and still got the dad bod, then I mean,
yeah, a lot of women like dad bods, man. A lot of women like that shit. Yeah.
So before you go on, I know Red Pill, you're going to say something. Swish it. Red Pill, I'm a dancer. My body is a masterpiece. My testosterone went down through. He said my testosterone went down, though, and I watch Sex and the City now. But someone asked a question. He said, question for everyone. Say if you're in your 30s but doesn't have children, how important should one consider about finding a partner that doesn't have children?
If you're in the end,
beauty is subjective. Yes,
we're walking on landmines right now. We're walking through the swamps, landmines right now. Look, if you are a woman and you have a child, this is a real thing, and it is called single mom handicap, for real. And the reason it's called that is because most men just don't want to raise another man's child and then not be entitled to that legacy. That's the reason where that idea came from, right? Like,
exactly.
I started saying
it's
almost
true.
Like a joke, but now I kind of believe it. Where
it's true.
If a woman wants to date me and she has a child from another relationship or another marriage, how willing are you to change your child's last name to my last name? And the reason I would ask, and let me explain, this is a real thing, let me explain. Let's say we date for 4 years. You move in during the middle of year 2, and I 100% take care of your kids for the next 2.5 years. If we break up, you can go to court and make me legally liable for child support. And those aren't even my biological kids. So you want me to date you. You want me to fulfill this father figure role. I've told you what I am looking for, and you have said I can fit that piece perfectly for you. And I go, okay, we're going to make this work. This is great. You bring your kids in with me. But I want them to be part of my legacy, not their biological father.
Yeah. I mean, if the dad's like a fucking piece of shit, man, it's like it makes it even fucking harder, right? The fucking right. If the dad's a piece of shit, it's like fuck, and you're better than it. It's so crazy, man. Like I hear this all the time, and like a lot of moms go in there, and I'm not gonna any moms on here, okay? Just let you know, it's not a man's ego. It's you could say it's a man's ego, but it's literally what we've been through in our 30s. That shit.
How is it even a man's ego?
It's not a man. I feel like it's not a man's ego. It's literally facts. Like it's literally like it's.
I'm asking them if they're saying that it's a man's ego. How
she says like, oh, there's that man's ego again, but I understand it's just ego talking. I was like, not really ego talking. It's just.
Parent, can I add one thing in there, right? As a father, right?
Speak on it.
If I'm dating another woman, it's I'm gonna take care of my kid and I'm gonna take care of you. But if I'm dating a single mom, it's I gotta take care of you. I gotta take care of your kid.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I want the benefits of taking care of your kid. I want the glory of raising your son. I want the legacy of raising your son, mentoring your son, putting food in his fucking mouth. I'm not saying don't date single moms. I'm saying don't date a single mom who's not on your program. So you gotta figure out that baby daddy. But if you want a single man, my life in marriage, and you have a child,
shit, I don't think it's your responsibility unless y'all are engaged or married.
You don't have Grady as his last name.
That's what he said. It's like I don't think it's your responsibility if you're engaged and married.
Well, I think it's as a single man, it's like you have all this time and freedom, and if you're a mother, a lot of your time and energy is spent on that child. So it's like I'm not getting a fair deal here. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving a lot of attention and time to you.
You are.
And you're giving me like 30%. So it's like, to me, it's kind of like an unfair type thing. So it's like, it just doesn't work. And then the daddy issue thing, like that nigga's always going to be around.
Well,
and like y'all said, if he's a deadbeat, that's going to be issues. But go ahead, man.
I mean, the issue is too. I mean, that's something that you have to also understand too. If you're a person who goes 110 on one person, right? If you're with one person, that it's really hard for a single mom to give you that same 100%. So you have to be okay with them not giving you that 100% back, which is hard for someone who goes 110, right? It's hard for the people who go like really hard on everything and get this result. And it's not their fault. It's really not their fault. It's not the kid's fault. It's not the kid's fault.
I would not the kid's fault at all. I mean,
yeah, it's not the kid's fault.
It's like hang out with a single mother, but I just wouldn't like walk her down the aisle. To put it plainly, I just wouldn't do that. Like we could have a relationship kind of and like hang out and stuff like that, but I don't think it'd go too far.
Yeah, I mean, Lala,
because you don't want kids.
Lala, to ask your question, I know you don't even want kids, but
Lala, want kids, so yeah.
Lala said, "I would rather date a man with no kids, especially since I don't have any." What is your reasoning behind it, Lala? What is your reasoning why you don't want to deal with it? Like, if we can try to make an assumption, like, it could be a woman's ego, right? So, like, I mean, like, it's just what we go through. If you don't have kids, it's hard for you to really get to that aspect of understanding another person who has kids.
I would say if you're a single woman with no kids, the thing is, I don't think there's such a problem with you dating a man. Because the burden of performance is still going to be on men. And you can sit here and say, no, the burden of performance will always be on men. Men will always have to perform, provide, and protect. That's just facts, right? That's just the way it's always been. It's the way it's always going to be. I don't care what any of these new social politic movements say. A man's got to show up and a man's got to do his job. That's just the way it is. And he's going to take care of his kid, and his job will also be to take care of you. He cannot neglect you. He cannot leave you in the dark. He's not doing his job.
I literally call these men who take care of other people's kids supermen, because that's not an easy role for a lot of men who don't have kids. You're taking on another role. You're taking on another father figure, and the dad's like whoever who's not even around, right? those men are Superman. I know a lot of my uncles and a lot of my cousins who took on that role. A lot of my friends who took on that role, who took on another person who has a kid. They are definitely Supermen to me because like that is something that most men will not do, especially in this climate. A lot of men just it's not an ego thing. It's just like you said, it goes down.
It's a responsibility.
It's a responsibility,
too,
and as men, if we don't take responsibility of someone else's of a kid of a child, what are we doing as men? Right? It goes down to that. We are meant.
I got
to
a question
provide.
for y'all.
Go ahead.
I got a question for y'all. So, usually people in their 30s are more in tune with who they are, their capacity, what they can handle, all of that. How do you guys handle mental health with relationships?
I mean, you always talk about this mental health thing, man. It's hard for me to talk about.
Like, give me an example.
I mean,
you don't want to talk about it.
it's tough, man.
Give me an example, though. Give me an example of a mental health.
So, don't mean to get dark here. I got a cousin who lost her marriage and her career because she suffered from really bad dementia. So it's just kind of like, you know what I mean? That there's sometimes that it can't be helped. And then there's times that it's just like, it's manageable.
Right. Damn.
Fuck.
I couldn't say that. I was like, ooh.
That's a conversation for like
we're not laughing. We're just like
relationship.
Yeah,
right?
It was dark. I told you.
Once you get into a certain part of your relationship, that's when then you start to have like we all been in relationships. We've all been to a point where
I have
the dark, deep shit starts to come out. Okay, you're. Wait,
my bad, man.
We've been there.
I mean, you know, it's cool.
We opened and spilled some things, right? We told people some dark things, or what's going on in our bodies, our lives, or some shit like that. And it's just one of those leaps of faith type thing. Like you never know how somebody's going to react, no matter if they love you or not. You don't know. You never know if it's going to change an aspect of their love for you. You know what I'm saying? No, depending on what it is. Dementia is a very hard thing to hide. You can't hide that. You know, if you go through an episode or whatever, you just can't hide that shit. So that one's a more difficult one. But I've known people with severe bipolar disorder, and where they have to take medication and stuff like that. And that in itself, to date a female like that, to have those emotions is just roller coastering. Like it's manageable behind doors. But when you're out in public, that's when it comes to an issue. You know what I'm saying? When you have to like kind of either explain it if you're in a group setting with friends, or you kind of have to like try to be less embarrassed when you're out in public with that type of stuff. But I think it's just one of those things to have a conversation, like, and you kind of weed out the superficial people in your life, because if somebody can't really, if they've gone with you for so long, let's say like a year, and then a person has an episode of whatever disorder they're going through, and they can't handle that, then I mean that's very, very unfortunate. But at least you know that you didn't spend the rest of your life with this person who just would probably give up on you in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I do believe there's somebody out there for everybody. I don't believe in there's the one or shit like that, but I do believe there's somebody out there who like fits like tumblers in a lock. You know, they fit with everything that, you know what I'm saying? You compromise and you learn shit. And that's the people that, you pretty much grow old with and die with, shit like that. So, I mean, it's just one of those, it's another one of those process of elimination.
Yeah.
We all have to go through. That's why I said don't look for an outcome when you date. Just look for the experience and you'll have a fucking fun time.
I respect.
You look for the outcome, you put too much stress on yourself, and then you start to doubt, and then all anger and all type of shit comes into play. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a tough topic too, man. Because like, I mean, it's so many different levels of mental health. I mean, like it's so many different things, and you've asked certain questions to certain situations in your past relationships of what you dealt with as far as mental health and the women you were dating in that time, and how to have that patience for it too, because you do have to have some kind of patience, man. And it's it's either there or it's not. If you don't have the patience for it, you shouldn't have to do something if you don't feel that you're inclined to do it. You know what I mean? yeah, I mean, you just gotta have it naturally. Honestly, it's something that's not. It's not a skill. It's something you have to have naturally have as patience, right? A lot of people just don't have it, right? We don't naturally have that kind of patience, especially. You know what I mean, so it's.
I would also say that, like, if you have control over your disorder or whatever it may be, if you have control over it as much as you can do, besides medications and stuff like that, and you're confident in that control, then if your partner sees that confidence, then they won't have to carry that extra burden or extra stress. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, if you had, or whatever, and you're like, but I'm working towards it, and I've been working. I have a therapist, and everything's cool. Everything's good. You never see an episode for me or a reaction like this or that because I'm handling it. Then they won't mind.
I feel like when they say you're never going to see an episode for me, it's a lie though, because you have to see people at their worst and their best.
Yeah.
True. Very true. Yeah.
You'll see them at their worst. That's for sure.
De-escalate their fear.
Yeah, you'll see it. Back to that single mom thing. I would date a single father, but boundaries will be set because kids are precious, even if it's not yours, and it takes community to raise, right?
I think we lost Dante.
Well, who, me?
You were frozen, man.
I froze? For the first time I froze? I froze this time? My bad.
This is like
no, you've frozen like 3 times already, man.
Oh shit. Damn, it's not gonna look good on my live stream. This is gonna be all messed up. People gonna leave the group. People gonna leave this whole live stream. I'm sorry, y'all. People probably like, man, screw this dude. He always having issues on his shit. I don't ever want to go on his podcast anymore. It's cool. I got the audio version. Ha! So y'all gotta listen to the audio version. The video is just a bonus. Nah, but but yeah, I mean, going back to like, I know we got so deep into a whole bunch of other shit, but it definitely links together with 30s. Dating your 30s, man, is what you going through. Like 20s is like, you wilding out.
I think 30s is a mindset. It's a mindset decade. 30s is a mindset decade. It's all about becoming personally aware and socially aware of who you are, getting comfortable, and then like working and building yourself for the 40s. That's what I think.
Yeah, but imagine if you did that in your 20s, though.
Oh yeah.
Like,
you can.
I'm personally
Yeah,
for like, I don't believe your 20s are just for fucking around. I've never believed that. I absolutely believe you should enjoy yourself and have fun, but you should enjoy yourself and have fun until the day you fucking die.
Oh, definitely, yeah. No, I mean, well, in your 20s, why I said that is like it is your trial and tribulation era. It's when you're trying everything, and because you haven't tried anything yet. You're 24, so
yeah, but
you
you should
haven't moved
never
out
stop
yet.
trying.
You haven't. Well, I know that. I'm just saying, in your 20s is a good time for you to fuck up if you do fuck up, and not be too late to not pick yourself up. That's basically all I'm saying. Is in your 20s, is not to say go fuck up and fuck around, not to deliberately do it, but
I definitely did that deliberately.
And you fell off, you can go on a drug binge for like 5 years in your 20s and still be cool and become successful by your 30s and 40s. So, but you can't do that in your mid 30s and try to be successful, because by the time you be really successful, you'll be in your late 40s, and then that's when all the health problems start to kick in. And if you don't take care of yourself, then it's even worse. And then your dating starts to drop even lower. So that's why you see a lot of men in their 50s that buy these red convertibles and they have no girlfriend, or they have a 18-year-old that they pay off just for sex, which doesn't sound too bad, but yeah, I don't think anybody
got
really
the money
wants
for it. I'm not knocking it. If you got the money for it and you drive a
I
Corvette, I feel like a Corvette's like an old man car. Like
it is overrated cars.
You know what I'm saying?
There's like 3 old white men.
You know what I'm saying? Not to knock on
Porsches
my pops who had
hilarious.
a Corvette.
They ride them on Sunday and shit.
It's nothing like
I mean,
see.
There's that saying that people should work harder in 20s and relax in their 30s. And me personally, not like, I'm not saying all 20-year-olds are in up, but a lot of them don't know any better. They don't realize what they're doing until they're in their 30s. So it's just kind of like, I mean,
that's for most people. Like, just like in high school, we thought we knew everything, and we thought the relationships in our high school was true love and all this type shit. You get out of high school and you have that mentality for a little bit, and then around like 24, 25, 26, you kind of like start seeing how people really kind of react to kind of bullshit, You just pick up little stuff more and more and more and more as you go on. That's just how life works anyway. That's how age works.
Yeah.
It's as far as being malleable and being able to bounce back. You can do that shit in your 20s. Because the way I used to drink when I was 21 to 23, ain't no fucking way I'll do that shit now, man.
Fuck no. Fuck no. Start
I
drinking
do
water.
my best to avoid hangovers now, man. I can't do it no more.
Nope,
Yeah, fuck
not
that
me.
shit. Nah, I can't.
Not us, man. You know,
it.
I'm glad
Can't
you
hang it.
drinking water now, Red Pill. I hope that's water that you're drinking. Hope that's water you drinking.
Enjoy
You know what I'm saying?
hangovers,
I hope
man.
that's water you drinking. I ain't no vodka, but but hey, I'm not gonna
Markel,
lie.
enjoy those hangovers, man.
Yeah,
What hangovers?
I said just like in general.
What hangovers, man?
I'm gonna wrap this up at 10. If you have any guys other questions on here, please do ask. But I do want to take a look at the beer check real quick. Come on, let's look at the beer game real quick. On audio, I'm sorry y'all can't look on the audio, but let's look at this beer. Come on, let's go. Beer check. Who has the best beer? Ladies, gentlemen.
I'm not even trying to sound cocky here, but I got this in a month, so I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
Shit.
She can always see me. I know.
Thank
1%. I can always see you. Well, good. Don't see the rest of them. I'm just kidding. But no. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say it. I got the best beer, but you know.
Pretty sure it's the Red Pill, but you know. Whatever.
I'll send you guys a picture.
Wow.
I'll take a screenshot and I'll send you guys a picture who got the best beer. I'll make a little thing on the little wide date thing, little best
What's
beer
extra beer
contest.
ball, man? No,
Yeah, best beer bomb. I'll put on the little who rocked the best beer
Best
tonight.
natural beer.
You know, whoever gets a free
Man,
shirt or
I
something.
don't have my year beard through quarantine. That shit was so cool.
Oh man, mine too.
Do a poll.
Down.
I look like one of the people from Castaway, dude. Seriously,
Looking like Tom. What's his name? Tucker.
man.
What's the dude's name on there? What's it?
Beautiful.
I got so many actors mixed up.
The ball he was the ball he called was Wilson. His friend on the beach.
Oh,
was a
yeah.
volleyball called Wilson.
I'm just saying. No, I'm gonna do one. If whoever gets, you know what I'm saying, whoever gets it gets a free shirt. I know I'm supposed to talk about getting you guys shirts, man, but you know.
Man, ain't nobody
2 years now.
fucking shirt, man. Yeah, it's like 3 years for that damn shirt.
Shirts. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on a project right now. He said, "Where's that free shirt coming, man?" You know, but I don't know. But whoever gets it, man, you guys will. I'll give out something for some people, man. I'm working on something, man. I got a website. I'm working on getting merchandise out. Merch. You know, it's a process.
Yeah, well, things are about to start opening up, man. It's probably the best time to do it now.
What's up, little honey V? What's good, girl? But yeah, I'm surprised. You know, are we doing a post episode, or is that what's happening? Are you guys good? Are we doing post episode?
I'm down. It's up to everybody else.
I'm down. I mean, shit. I can do it 30 minutes.
Yeah, we say 30
I'm
minutes.
eating on the podcast, yeah.
We say 30 minutes, but we never go through 30 minutes.
You'll be freezing on us now,
I know,
Dante.
I've been freezing up the whole time. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, my internet's been all kinds of fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to blame me for that shit.
It was you. It was you.
I'm
It was
actually
you.
not gonna be on Posty, though.
That was you, fool. That was
Look.
you.
Albie.
My OBS is letting me know it's at red, so that means it's not good. So that means it has to be at green to have good latency.
And the amount of money I pay for Comcast, I better not get any frozen Wi-Fi.
All right. Good night, Lala. Yeah. Appreciate Lala coming in. She came up to the POF, show love. You know, man, I'm on the POF live. It's probably what's throwing everything off. You know what I mean? I'm doing it for y'all.
Lala, I don't know who you are, what you look like.
I don't either, but what's up?
Yes. Hey. Shout out to Lala.
Yeah.
Man. Good night, girl. Let's go.
I will not be on the Posty. So you guys have to do that without me.
Why?
Why?
What you got to do?
This book just came in Amazon, and I'm
He
gonna
reading
fucking
books,
read it.
man. You
Fuck
reading
it.
books out here.
Hey.
Man. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Hey, man.
I don't.
Yeah,
I
I was
don't.
reading, Dante.
We
I
fucking
don't
reading,
know.
though.
Still read?
I don't.
You
Yeah,
still be
man.
on the podcast and read? I read every night.
Yeah, man. If ain't got pictures on it,
Markel,
I ain't,
Markel,
you know.
30 minutes of your time, man.
You know, if it don't stimulate me for 15 seconds, man, I don't know, man.
No, listen. I clocked in 68 hours last week.
Oh, man.
I just want to relax.
Yeah.
I have one day off.
I
the
grew
week,
up on
it's Wednesday,
comics.
my one day off.
You
Relax.
clocked in.
She said, "What
8
book?"
hours at the job?
68.
Miss Ordinary said, "What's
68
book?"
hours last week.
Miss
Oh,
Ordinary-
quit.
Paycheck would have been nice though.
It's called Fire
Almost
in the
quit.
Dark, Men and Gods.
That's crazy.
The book
Fire
is about-
in the Dark, man, and God. That's what's called.
So
Say it
Fire in the
again.
Dark, Men and Gods. It talks about rituals, belief, spirituality, and how it's declined over the years of men.
Okay. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
that? You heard that?
Oh, yeah.
Miss
I
Ordinary?
agree with that.
Yeah. So people who
I
audio
Yes.
can hear it too, man. Because I
Markel,
know-
keep sending me those book reads, man. I enjoy those things.
I'm telling you, you know, and I'll DM y'all some accounts y'all need to be following. But the new rebellion, I'm saying right now, the new rebellion, the new edginess, the new counterculture, returning to tradition,
we're not turning
returning
tradition.
to
It's never
monogamy,
going back.
Men's
returning to
roles.
beauty, returning to art, returning to relationships, returning
Hey.
to being a strong, capable, loving, compassionate man. That's what we're going back to. You'll find is a lot of men very soon are going to be returning back to this, returning to eating meat and real food, returning to eating whole food, returning to lifting weights.
Ooh,
Say meat. And
was,
that I don't know.
protein diet though.
I don't know, man. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, a
I'm
lot
not
of
gonna sit
vegans
here
out there
and throw
pissed off.
arguments.
Yeah,
the comments,
you
but-
just pissed off like
Yeah,
50% of the
like, what?
vegans that's listening in.
I could eat grass.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't
You
need
returning
just,
protein
to-
like that.
you just triggered it. You know, you always trigger everybody every episode, man.
returning to eating organs, eating beef liver. Like men are on the sorry now. Like it's the new wave is being traditional. The new wave is following rituals. The new wave is having rites of passages for your son. That's the new wave.
Let's go.
You know,
That positive masculinity that we're missing is that traditional masculinity of being a man of God or gods, right? Whatever you believe in. Being a man of peak physical health, whatever that is to him, right? So if he has an illness, his peak physical health is going to be different than Usain Bolt, right? Peak beauty, achieving beauty, real understanding that is, but it is also something that can be achieved. It can be achieved through art. It can be achieved through proper diet. It can be achieved through proper physical exercise, whatever that is to you. It's your own peak physical beauty achieved through effort, right? We're returning to that. I mean, that's not even honestly a topic for this podcast. That's just a deep red pill tangent that I can go on for hours and hours and hours. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
okay.
I mean,
So-
it's a good thing because there's too many confused people out there, man. Like, really, there is.
So what they're looking for. Just curious.
Damn.
Come the fuck on, man.
Well, we'll get into that next episode.
You froze again, man.
Did
What
I?
was the question? Hold
Oh,
on.
I froze again. Oh shit. Okay, I asked a question. So someone did I?
In
Why
my head, man.
can't you ask a guy what they're looking for
Oh,
wow.
again?
Yeah.
Did I?
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Did I froze again?
Yeah,
What is
just
it?
say the
What's the
question. Say the question.
Okay. All right, I'll do it one more time before I get. Why can't you ask a guy what they're looking for?
You can't.
Yeah, I'm saying.
All right, I'll be on the postie, and the post
Hey.
episode's gonna be about what
Yeah,
do
you say
men
this. We say
want.
20 minutes. We never get to 20 minutes, but I hope we can
Okay.
actually do a 30-minute post episode.
What do men want? 2021, in the months of April, what do men want? What do you want in our
Let's go.
20s? What do you want in our early 30s? What do you want in our mid and late 30s? We'll talk about all of that. What the fuck do we want?
All right, let's do it.
Show to the
I'll try to post this, do this on the POF, but I'll see. I'll try to make sure I'll do that because it's probably what's messing up my stream because I got like 3 streams going and I'm using hella shit. But if you guys aren't on POF, just go on my Twitch because it'll be on there if I don't go on here. So yeah,
All right,
if you guys
man,
are on
how
there,
long you gonna take to get the post running? Because last time Dog, you told us 10 minutes, and that shit. How long was that shit, Markel? It was like 40 minutes. We had to wait for this fool to get back on that first episode.
Listen,
Come on, man.
Zoom downloads these records, so I have to wait till it finishes before I go into the next one. I don't know how long that shit takes. It's just how Zoom is.
All right, man. Well,
because the more longer we go on here,
on
the longer this shit's gonna be.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right. I'll try. I will send you guys an email
All right, no
as
problem, no problem.
fast as I can. The moment I finish, I send you guys a thing.
Cool.
All right.
Cool. All right.
Thanks you all for tuning in. Till next time.
Peace, Rep Hill out.
Yes.
Peace.
Post episode is gonna be on Patreon, y'all. Let's go. Hello, friends. This is Dante from the YD Podcast. Thank you for tuning in onto our episode. And just wanted to give you guys some updates. I know I usually do this at the end of my episodes. I'm doing a little update. So we do still have a Patreon website. I've been putting exclusive content on there. I haven't put any dating coaches or advice or anything like that yet. I'm still working on that. But if you still want to donate to the Patreon, it's still on there on the YD Podcast website. But for right now, all I'm doing right now is Venmo. I'll put the link onto this episode on the YouTube episode. Hope you guys, like I said, like the episode. But I'm putting everything on there. Currently, I am still working on advice dating because I want to have a community where we're having someone giving advice, having some experts on there that's helping people through dating. So I know we typically talk about a lot of funny stuff on our episodes, but I also want to provide some kind of service to everyone who's listening. So let's get their money's worth for something. It's $5. It's definitely not going to raise the price because I haven't done much with my Patreon. But I still have a Venmo on there. It's going to be on there. But I will put the link down here. You can kind of see it. And just so you guys know, I appreciate you guys joining in and tuning into our episode thus far, listening to all our stuff. But yeah, that is it for you guys. I will post more things on my Patreon. Like I said, I'll still put the exclusive content, the post episode on there, the audio form. I can't really put the video on there for some strange reason. It's too big of a file. But that's what I want to have on there, guys. And that is it. That's all I have to say. But please subscribe too, as well, on the YouTube channel if you guys haven't done so already. But that is it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your day.